Hi everyone, James Mansfield here bringing you yet another video, and today we're doing a makeup video. Yes, because I got in PR quite a few things. I got the new palette from Trixie Mattel, the miniature Nighttime Realness by Trixie Cosmetics. It is TV themed. Look at that, old school TV, and check her out. Blues. All right, it is night mode, James. All right, we have all the blue, all of the wonderful, wonderful evening shades that I like to wear. As you all know, when I decide to switch it up, I usually just do a blue lid. I'm like Barbie, okay? If it's not a nude lid, it's gonna be a blue lid. So here we go. It's gonna be a blue-ass look today, but also from Trixie Cosmetics, the kindness of her heart, I did not have to ask her for this multiple times or threaten anyone. I got the Trixie Cosmetics brushes. Look at that little heart-shaped container and everything. And they're so cute. Look at, they're pink. And they have little labels on them. I kept the boxes so that I can actually know what the brushes are used for. Because as you all know, I have a tendency to just use brushes any old way I want to. I'm gonna really try and use them the way they're intended. We'll see how long that lasts. Now, first things first, I have to block out my eyebrows. You already know how that works. I'm going to block them off camera and I'll be right back and we'll start doing some makeup. So, be right back. Welcome back. I'm just finishing up my foundation. I am using a really good brush by Chic Beauty, as well as a really good foundation from Chic Beauty. That reminds me, if you haven't used my code yet, go to kimchichicbeauty.com and use the code JayMesMansfield and get 15% off as I finish up covering up my beard so that we don't have a beard in this video. I've been having a big problem with 5 o'clock shadow because, well, I've been doing drag so much that like it's just fighting through now. So I had to get like a better foundation brush because it turns out my beauty blender doesn't work for me anymore. So I tried this out and it's actually been working really, really well. So highly recommend using a foundation brush. Something new, something different. Don't normally do that. So you know what? I'm doing it today. All right, so powdering, puff, puff, pass, kimchi. Going in here and just setting all this. In the meantime, how have y'all been? Oh my gosh. Y'all see I got a child now? I like messed around, became a mother, y'all. That's craziness. I'm so happy. And just, you know, I know I bounced back so quickly. I'm kidding. But no, like, I missed you guys. I love doing these little makeup videos because I feel like it's just us hanging out. And don't worry, I will start talking about horror movies again. We're just on a small break. I have to like find some time to watch movies again. Cause like I did like 6 of those in a row and I was like, ooh, I need to stop. My face from makeup was going through it. So we're just on a small break, a seasonal break you could say. Season 1 is done, now we're gonna enter season 2. I say that as if I actually break things up into seasons. Anyways, let's dive into our palette. Like I said, the Nighttime Realness palette. This is so much fun, like a super retro 1980s TV kind of feel. It's getting like very Married with Children kind of vibes, like that late night TV set in the 80s. Those of y'all in the know that good old 80s block. Married with Children was one of my favorites too, especially with Peg Bundy, Kelly Bundy, Katie Seagal, and Christina Applegate. I think that was her name. Yeah, Christina Applegate from Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Epic. One of my favorite memories is like, I didn't catch Married with Children when it first ran. I got to watch the reruns in syndication later on. After like a double block of The Simpsons, they would show Married with Children. So that's how I usually caught it. I'm going in with Daily Double. This one right here, the blue. We're going to trace out a crease. The darkest blue I can find. Well, like one of the most distinct memories I remember is Kelly Bundy doing Fever at like a talent show. Never in my life have I wanted to be someone more than that. Oh my God, that was awesome. Like Kelly Bundy was like she was such a vibe. I loved her. A dumb mean girl, like she's kind of a stereotype, but you know what? Christina Applegate played her with such an earnestness that you like couldn't help but like her. And you know, she's like the proto Lori Foreman of like, you know, the bitchy older sister. All right, we are going in with Signing Off. We're gonna add some depth to this eye. I'm only doing one on camera because this is gonna be very, very involved. All right, we're gonna go in with Channel Surfer, this blue right here. Blend around. Probably gonna bring this up really high too. I want like a really, really blue eye. All right, we're going with Weather Girl. It never fails. I don't know if she meant to reference this, but it just makes me think of Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion with Christy when they like go and see her. And it's like during the dream sequence and she's just like, Christy, did you ever become that big time news anchor? And she's like, no, I'm a weather girl. Oh, she was so heinous. One of the best movie bullies ever put to film is Christy. Ooh, she is blue. We're gonna cut our crease with a little Morphe, RIP Morphe stores. It's gonna be just Ulta now that I can get these in store from. We'll see how long that lasts. Did not see that coming. All right, let me slow my roll before I mess around and forget my order and my other eye comes out looking completely different, which has a tendency to happen. Now this is gonna look a little gross. I did this when I forgot my brushes at the last big party. Those of you who watch my TikTok live saw this happen in real time. I only had like 5 brushes with me, so I was stuck using my fingers for a lot of stuff. But I actually liked the way it turned out when I did it this way, when I blended it like this. I felt like I had a little more control of where I was spreading it, because this is always a problem with me with cutting the crease, is I feel like I never quite get it the way I want it. So I did it like this. And I was like, you know what? I with that. That looks cute. We're gonna do that again, and that's just gonna be part of our process now. And see, like, I like that cut now. Like, check her. She's cut, mama. So, set that quick. And what shade do we have in here that will... Let's do Televangelista. Just because the name alone is everything. I'm going with her and just pat her on. Pat, 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 pat. Pat, 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 pat. Oh, okay. I look gorgeous right now, okay? You cannot take me.
You ugly.
Can't take me. What I'm going to do is going to look a little peculiar. I'm going to go in with Daily Double again and just do a little liner underneath just to shadow it, to add color, because we're going to go really close to the dark. I want there to be some like color story happening down here, because I rarely ever do that. Yeah, we're getting very mermaid Barbie right now. Those good old like 90s edition Barbies where like the makeup is just like,
Let's put cream on her eye, why not?
and have dinner plates for earrings. Like, that's everything, okay? That's what we're doing. It's the story we're telling. Ooh. Now, eyeliner has to happen, but I feel like I should blend a little more with the eyes. So I'm just blending this a bit because it's bothering me. It bothers me. My eyebrows are so down today. Ooh, I live. Like, it looks so cute. Okay, I'm gonna do this other side off camera and just do a little wing eyeliner, nothing spectacular, and I'll be right back. Welcome back. This is both eyes done. I'm kind of living for this. Like, she is super cute. It's real drag, it's real Barbie, it's real 90s. Like, come on. I look like I sell Avon. I live, or like Lancome at the counter. Very much like the Vancome lady. Oh, loved her. Nicole Sullivan, a goddess amongst us all. Now, I feel like it needs a little finishing touch, so I'm going to go in with Supernova Kimchi Chic Glitter. Fabulous. So it's going to take a little bit of that and just pat it onto my lid just for a little oomph, little added touch. Just take it to that next level, you know? We're going to use Pink Fantasy. It's going to be a marrying of Kimchi and Trixie Mattel. This is their little lippy that they did together. So we're going to use this girl, Pink Fantasy, but we have to line our lips first. So I'm going to do a combination of both. We're going to use Bottle Blonde on the lips and then Pink Fantasy as the lipstick. I'm going to go in with Frenemy to create an outline. So grab some of that. And we are just going to chola the F out of these lips. Now, normally I don't usually do blue eyeshadow because I feel like it kind of ages me up a lot. Like, I feel like it makes it look way, way older than I intend to be. Like, especially considering like the style I have. Blue eyeshadow can turn against you really quickly and make me look like, you know, Tammy Faye Baker. So that's why I kind of usually stray away from it. I used to be really, really into it. I just kind of got over it after a while. And it's okay if your lip liner is a little smudgy because I'm going to carve it anyway. Concealer around the edges to sharpen it. Ooh. Okay, so Pink Fantasy. Ooh. It's for the reals, okay? Because as they said in my Sephora training manual, which goes to show it's just like makeup rules that have been around for decades. Like if you watch vintage makeup tutorials, they'll say the same thing. Like if you're wearing a very colorful eye, your lips should be more muted. So that's just kind of what I go with. It's like old school beauty rules. If you want that vintage look to really be accurate, you follow their rules. Because like some of them are really bizarre. Like when you go into like certain beauty books, they talk about like what hairstyle you should have for your head shape. Like if you have a heart-shaped face, you should wear hair that cuts into the cheeks. That way it takes away from your heartness. Or if you're really wide face, consider very long hair on the side. It's like wild, some of the stuff they put in there. Like basically treat your face like it is a window and create drapery. That might help. One of my favorites is Liz Renee, who was a mafia mole. And she created like self-help books. After all her controversy, she began like writing self-help books. And my favorite is How to Attract Men. And it has a whole section that you can tell she just ripped from like an Avon catalog and put inside of her book. But like, she has certain things like that where it's just like, have small breasts, consider silicone shots. Like some of the solutions were just like, okay, get right on it. It's like, have a big nose, a rhinoplasty might help. Okay, thanks, Liz. Really helpful. All right, now contour and everything needs to get done. Let's just do that. We're gonna use Trixie's little contour brush here. I'm excited to use her, yes. So we're gonna go in with Tan Sky and Bronze Sky. So a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit of Monica in my life. Take that. Okay, you rotted. That actually worked really well. Yes. New contour brush. Okay. Because like my old one, she's been going through it. It's technically not a contour brush. It's a face, bronze, and blush brush. So this is actually a contour brush. Well, you live and you learn. It's never too late to start using tools the proper way. If I were to build a house, I would probably be using a drill to hammer in nails. Although Liz Renee, I did take her advice on my jaw, where she's like, if you have more of an angled jaw that comes out like this, which I've been getting since I started working out, I started contouring there, and I do like the way I look in pictures now. So she wasn't completely off the money when it came to some of her advice, but I'm 99% certain a lot of that was stolen from other beauty books. It's just put into her own words. Okay, we're just entering finishing touches. No, we gotta do blush. I lied. I have a blush brush from Trixie Cosmetics that I'm going to be using. This one is the P11. Oh my god, I feel like an influencer. I feel like I'm Manny MUA. We're using the P11 from Trixie Cosmetics, and we're going to do our blush. Summer of love. Here we go. Let's do a combo. We'll do a little bit of side chick in the pocket, and then girl on the cheek. Work our way out. So I have to start using a blush brush, it turns out. I've been using a fan brush to put on my blush. And that explains a lot now. This is a blush brush. I see why they have these. She's pretty. Okay. Work. I look like such a hooker right now. I'm living. All right, let's see. What do I gotta do? Highlight. Let's just do highlight quick. Just a little quick highlight moment. Nothing fancy. Let's see. Do that, a little bit of that. You know, color pop. A little bit there. Okay. Blend her out. This I will use. Actually, I should try using the foundation brush. Why not? Let's clean it off a little bit. I can see why they use brushes now. This actually looks fairly nice. Very, very nice. All right. Well, I mean, hey, 15% off Kimchi Chic Beauty. Use Jaymes Mansfield at checkout. Come on now. I feel like ever since I started working with her, it's like the journey of becoming a better makeup artist has happened. I've progressively gotten better at makeup just because I'm using the proper tools. I was so stubborn before. So here's to that. Cheers to me learning. Like that looks nice and soft. All right, little powder to set her, and then we're gonna be done pretty soon, I think. Like it's looking like it's gonna be done. set that to bake. All right, I'm baking quick. And yeah, I just gotta do my nose and then I'm done. So I'm gonna let this bake and do my finishing touches and I'll be right back with the final result.
Welcome back. This is the final result. Oh my God, yes. Okay, so this came out a lot more elegant than I was expecting it to. Like, normally a blue eye is like an arch nemesis of mine. Like, I really look good in a blue eye, I like feel really good about myself in it. But like, this was a sickening palette. Like, I have to say, like, the colors I used, which is like Daily Double, Signing Off, Channel Surfer, and Weather Girl, like those alone made for a really buildable, pretty eye. Not to mention like Televangelista in the center of it, everything. I didn't have to add glitter to it if I didn't want to. Like it was good on its own. But like I always say, Kimchi Chic Beauty has my back. So I'm gonna be using them no matter what. And I don't know, I've become such a drag queen now where like living in Vegas, everything has to have sparkle. So I always have to put that extra added layer of sparkle on. I can't help it anymore. It's from hanging around Alexis Mateo so much. If you want to save 15% at Kimchi Chic Beauty, be sure and use my code JayMesMansfield at checkout. Yes. And well, this is the look. I'm basically getting ready so I can film a whole nother video after this. And I feel really good about myself. And I find that when I feel pretty, I do better work. So this next video is gonna be a real good one. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye. Now hit the outro. Click here and watch Iconic Blondes, Amanda Lepore, or see the joy of motherhood in this video of me introducing my drag daughter. Come on, click it. You know you want to. If you don't click it, I'll wrestle you in chocolate pudding. So click it.